Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. To the parents, guests, and most importantly, graduates, we say good morning and welcome to the commencement exercise for this 2020 graduating class of Aiken High School. We are honored to be afforded the opportunity to hold this ceremony and welcome those that are with us in person, as well as those joining us virtually. Students, while this graduation may be completely different than others, it doesn't lessen your efforts to get to this point, or even, most importantly, the future that you had ahead of you. As your principal, I am proud of those efforts and will eagerly support you as you move forward to help make this world a better place. Your class has watched Aiken High School transform right before your eyes. I'm glad that this senior class had the opportunity to be part of this change. Personally, I am thankful for this class so quickly accepting me as their principal. And please know that I did not take that lightly. You have made an impression on me as a special class, and that sentiment is one that is shared of all teachers, staff, and people who support you. I sat where you sit 20 years ago this week and could not think of an event that I have been as excited as I am today. Remember, you are a Hornet now, and as you go on, forever be a Hornet. Let me take an opportunity to acknowledge our sponsors. Please join me in thanking the following sponsors. Presenting sponsor, Rhodes Graduation Services. Platinum sponsors, Aiken Works, Bridgestone. Gold sponsor, Haas and Hildenbrand Incorporated. Silver sponsors, Buford Golf and Associates Incorporated. The City of Aiken, the City of North Augusta, HG Reynolds Company Incorporated, LS3P Architect, Interiors and Planning. Supporting sponsors, Carolina Awards and Engraving, Communigraphics, Macmillan Pasdan Smith Architecture, Security Federal Bank, and Southside Pediatrics of Aiken. Thank you. Thank you again to those sponsors. I want to take an opportunity to introduce some special guests that are here with us today. Dr. Sean Foster, Chief Officer of Operation and Student Services. Ms. Cassie Cagle, Director of Special Programs. Ms. Mary Glenn Piccolino, Director of Communications and Community Partnerships. Our board member, Ms. Patrice Reinhardt Jackson. Our Area 1 Advisory Council Chair, Ms. Albertine Grant. Please help me welcome our very special guest today. If you will turn your attention to our video board, we have a special message from our superintendent, Mr. King Lawrence.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. There's a poem by Stephen King and Bridget Carpenter which reads in part, "We did not ask for this room or this music. We were invited in. But because we're here, let us dance." Your senior year did not take place in the room you had envisioned with all of its sparkle and excitement. The soundtrack was not the playlist you would have created. Still, you danced. You have been given a great gift. Your lives will be filled with countless victories, but you will also know disappointment. When that happens, if you approach your challenges with the same courage, dignity, and grace with which you have conquered this one, I have no doubt that the future is bright not only for all of you, but for those of us whose shoes you will one day fill. Again, congratulations, class of 2020. Wherever the room, whatever the music, dance.
It is my honor to introduce our elected board official, Ms. Patrice Reinhardt Jackson, who will share some words with our graduates. Ms. Reinhardt Jackson.
Thank you, Dr. Holt. Good morning, and congratulations to the Aiken High School's graduating class of 2020. It is my pleasure to bring you greetings on behalf of the Aiken County Public School Board. And it is my honor to serve as your District 7 representative. I may not know each of you personally, but please know that I consider each one of you as my child, as if I birthed you myself, and I could not be prouder. As a graduating student, Aiken County Public School District has instilled in you the foundation needed as you transition into the next stage of your lives. Usually, that transition would have been a seamless one, but then life happened. COVID-19 interrupted your lives and education, your last days physically at school and amongst your friends and teachers, halting precious memories to be made. COVID-19 caused life as you knew it to change immediately and drastically. But did any one of you notice that I used the word interrupted? Not stopped, interrupted. The definition of interrupted is the cause or make a break in the continuity or uniformity of. Nowhere in the definition is the word stop. Your lives were interrupted, yet you continued on with life and managed to find innovative and creative ways to move forward, to thrive, creating moments and memories that are even more precious. As you sit here, hopefully listening, I hope that you will hear me as I say to you that life happens. No one has control over what God has planned for His children, but you do have control over what and how you proceed with your life. Life is the greatest educator. Life is the biggest motivator. It is up to you and how you navigate through life. The current climate and culture across our nation may be overwhelming to you and for you. Do not allow it to be. Each one of you can use these circumstances to effectively transform our nation into a better place, individually and collectively. Each of you have a unique opportunity to be the change that we need. Today, I am issuing a challenge to simply live a positive, productive, and powerful life. Live a life seeking out knowledge. Live a life of being of service to others, regardless of the color of their skin. Live a life of kindness. Live a life of honesty. Simply live a purposeful life. Lastly, from the immortal words of Drake, when writing the story of your life, don't let anyone else hold the pen. Aiken High School, class of 2020, congratulations.
Thank you for your words, Ms. Reinhardt Jackson. As we welcome the breeze here, we also welcome those words today. Before I take the honor of being able to introduce our Salutatorian Valedictorian, I want to take a moment to a moment of privilege here. With this being a unique year, I would like to recognize some individuals in a unique way. Even though we plan on inviting these individuals back once we have received some information about how we phase back into some sort of school, I want to take an opportunity to recognize some individuals who are leaving Aiken High after dedicating at least 10+ years to our school, our students, and our greater community. Please join me in just a moment in thanking these retiring or teachers that are adjusting who have spent, again, over a decade here at Aiken High School. Ms. Young, Ms. Shadapur, Ms. Ginn, and Mr. Pilot. Please join me in thanking me for their 10+ years. It is now my honor to present to you the Salutatorian for the 2020 graduating class of Aiken High School. The Salutatorian is the student with the second highest overall average in the class. This year's Salutatorian is Hannah Nicole Whelan.
Good morning. I am Hannah Whelan, and it is my honor to be this year's Salutatorian. On behalf of the class of 2020, I would like to thank Dr. Holt, teachers and administrators, as well as welcome and thank family and friends for helping us along this journey. We could not have made it this far without you. To my fellow classmates, our high school experience certainly did not end how we expected, but we still have achieved great accomplishments. High school has been a unique experience for each of us, but one thing unites us. We are the Aiken High School class of 2020. As a whole, the class of 2020 has experienced some of the country's greatest obstacles. We were born in the wake of 9/11, and we are graduating during the COVID-19 pandemic. Along the way, we have completed countless assignments, worked jobs, volunteered, and cheered on our fellow Hornets during sporting events and spirit days. As we leave high school, we are in control of our lives, and we will define ourselves while we continue down different paths, whether by entering the workforce, joining the military, or continuing our education in college. One thing to remember is that high school is only the first chapter of the rest of our lives. You may feel scared or clueless, and that is okay. But because we are survivors from 9/11 to the pandemic, everything will turn out in the end. Whenever you have the chance to try something new, go for it. John F. Kennedy said, "Every accomplishment starts with a decision to try." So take that first step towards your dream and try. Even if you fail, you have tried and will try again. Graduation is not only an ending to high school or a way of acknowledging everything you have achieved. It is a celebration. Chase your dreams, try new things, enjoy life, and survive. So congratulations to the class of 2020, and good luck with whatever your future holds.
Look up right here. He's going to smile. He's going to take a picture. I'm also honored at this time to present to you our Valedictorian for the 2020 graduating class of Aiken High School. The Valedictorian is a student with the highest overall average in the class. This year's Valedictorian is Rebecca Kendall Moss. I'm going to leave this right here. Congratulations. Set that down. Set that down.
Good morning, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, family, friends, and graduates. My name is Kendall Moss, and I feel honored and privileged to speak to you all today, but also very underqualified and slightly terrified. 2020 graduates, we stand here today dressed in the caps and gowns that we waited so long to wear, but we could not have done it alone. Before I begin, I want to give a big thank you to all the people who loved and supported us as we work towards accomplishing our goals. To our parents, family, and friends, thank you for being there for us. Thank you for your love, thank you for showing up to school events, and thank you for waking us up when we were about to be late for school. And to my own family, thank you for loving me, raising me in faith, and always supporting me. And yes, Dad, you do grill the best burgers. And finally, to the Aiken High faculty and staff, thank you for guiding us through the challenging journey called high school. Thank you for inspiring us to learn and teaching us not only valuable information, but also lessons and skills that we will use to navigate the rest of our lives. Everyone here has shaped us into the young adults we are today, and we truly would not have been able to do it without you. Needless to say, senior year, and the other years of high school for that matter, have been full of surprises. Through the daunting freshman year, to the awkward days as a sophomore, to the dreadful standardized testing of junior year, and finally to the too short senior year, we have all pushed through adversities to be here today. Sure, some of us didn't have the smoothest ride. We procrastinated and stressed out about projects, spent exhausting days and nights practicing for a sports team, band, or NJROTC, worked late shifts at a job, relied on coffee to get us through the day, and when that didn't work, some of us even slept during class. And you know who I'm talking about. And we have persevered through a lot of changes and unfamiliar situations during these 4 years. A new school, new principal, and an unexpected senior year. In this last phase of our high school experience especially, there has been an enormous amount of uncertainty. And I think we all often get overwhelmed by the unknown or the thought that things aren't working out the way we envisioned them. None of us ever thought that our senior year would end up like this, and I bet that there will be countless other unknowns in our lives where things will take an unexpected turn. And we will soon face another big change as we begin college or go into the workforce or military. But uncertainty often leads to opportunities, and it's in these moments that we grow as a person. Without difficulties and trials, we would never be pushed to be better people and develop as individuals. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you someone else is the greatest accomplishment." This world is full of challenges, but you have to navigate it while staying as true to yourself as possible. You cannot let the uncertainties of life weigh you down or the unknowns of the future change who you really are, but instead use those new challenging situations to grow stronger. And I know that we can all persevere because we have all had many surprises and scary situations over the last 4 years, but we pushed through and achieved something great. So congratulations, fellow Hornets, on this amazing accomplishment of graduating high school. And never forget the lessons you learned during these 4 years as you continue to face new unknowns. Thank you.
At this time, I'm going to introduce Ms. Lauren Bowling to do what is a long-standing tradition at Aiken High School, our senior highlights.
Good morning. I am Lauren Bowling, a school counselor here at Aiken High. Class of 2020, you have definitely been through a trying and different time this year, but you have all pushed through and made it to this day today. It is a privilege, a summary of honors and accolades for this senior class. In this class of 2020, there are 22 Palmetto Fellows recipients. There are 225 students that finished this year with a GPA of 3.0 or higher. That is 2/3 of the senior class. That means over 200 students qualify for either the Hope or Life Scholarship to aid in college tuition. 10 of the 22 Rotary scholarships, valued at $5,000 each, were awarded to Aiken High seniors. Students of this graduating class also received scholarships such as the Coca-Cola Foundation Scholarship, the South Carolina Teaching Fellows Scholarship, and the Call Me Mr. Scholarship, all of which are a huge honor. There were also 10 seniors who received the Watson Brown Foundation Scholarship, which awards $20,000 over 4 years. And then for nearly every local scholarship, there is a recipient seated before us. Upon graduation, some of our students will enter the workforce directly as they are prepared and motivated. The NJROTC celebrated its 50th anniversary this year, and in spite of the year being cut short, the unit did more than 4,000 hours of community service and school service. Our marksmanship team finished 3rd place for the North and South Carolina Championship. One senior, who was the marksmanship team commander, finished 15th in the Navy National Championship, qualifying for the All-Service Championship. The unit was awarded the Unit Achievement Award for the 2nd consecutive year with the hard work of the Drill, Cyber Patriot, Academic, and Sea Perch teams, as well as all the cadets. This year was a fantastic year for the band and orchestra here at Aiken High. For the orchestra, there were 3 seniors to make it into the Region 3 orchestra. One senior also made it into the South Carolina All-State Orchestra this year, which means she was an all-state orchestra member all 4 years at Aiken High. The band was also very successful this year. The marching band with the age of seniors reached the state finals this year for the first time in recorded history, according to the SCBDA records. Furthermore, Aiken High had 3 seniors make it into the SCBDA Region 2 Honor Band. Aiken High also had a senior make it into the SCBDA All-State Band, who was also first chair. The senior class has only received superior ratings at SCBDA concert performances. Lastly, many of the seniors have been playing for our band director since the 6th grade. 6 culinary arts seniors earned their ProStart certificates of achievement this year. The national certification is the hospitality industry's highest honor for high school students and requires passing 2 rigorous exams and working 400 hours in a restaurant setting. In addition, 2 seniors earned their Serve Safe Manager certificate. Serve Safe is the National Restaurants Association food safety program. These 2 seniors earned the Serve Safe Manager certificate, and every restaurant is required to have a certified Serve Safe Manager duty on every shift. This certificate makes these 2 18-year-olds eligible for management positions in their establishment. Both of these accomplishments are pretty amazing for our high school seniors to achieve. 3 seniors received their State Future Farmers of America degree this year. We also had 12 seniors complete the Project Lead the Way engineering program at Aiken High. This is the most completers the program has seen in 1 year at Aiken High. Senior boys and girls cross-country teams were region championships this year and have been every year at Aiken High. The boys basketball team had an outstanding season with 7 seniors on the team, aiding in the winning of 2 tournaments and finishing with a record of 24-3. Sitting before us, there are future collegiate athletes who have signed with various schools in football, boys basketball, wrestling, girls cross country, baseball, boys and girls track and field, and boys and girls soccer. These athletes are excited to play at the next level and have represented Aiken High well. Class of 2020, I know I speak for the faculty when I say we are very proud of your accomplishments despite how the year ended. All of you are taking the next step in your life, and we encourage you to embrace your full potential. It is tough to say goodbye, but I do so by proudly announcing that for post-secondary education, the class of 2020 has been offered $13,251,131 in scholarships. Congratulations. Good luck to all of you in your future endeavors.
Being named as a senior scholar has quickly become one of the most recognizable marks of distinction for Aiken County Public Schools seniors. To qualify as a senior scholar, students must be ranked in the top 10% of their class and have a minimum 3.8 grade point average. Students also must not have had a grade lower than a B in all courses for 15 consecutive quarters of their high school year. Will the following senior scholars please stand as your name is called and remain standing until all names have been called? Simon Piers Berry, Carolyn Elaine Carpenter, Jordan Archer Klein, Monica Elizabeth Colon Laborde, Elena Simone Cummings, Caleb Montgomery Doolittle, Christian Jeffrey Holly, Nicholas Nolan Judd, Zara Maria Lacera, Rachel Gray Larson, Sydney Michelle Malazak, Dylan Christopher Miller, Rebecca Kendall Moss, Elizabeth Gerardo Smith, Zachary Scott Sneed, Aaliyah Joy Sifo Atkinson, Ellen Olivia Vauders, Hannah Nicole Wieland. Please help me congratulate these students. You may be seated. The following career and technology students have achieved completer status, have successfully completed 3 or 4 units in their career and technology program, and have earned at least 1 national certification in the industry supported by their program. Will the following CATE completer students please stand as your name is called and remain standing until all names have been called? Simon Piers Berry, Elijah Jaquan Bonaparte, Alexander Sterling Bush, John Dean Callan, Thomas James Carr, Jacob Ryan Clark, Hunter Lee Davidson, Lanaya Starr Davis, Dalton Lee Dunson, Alex James Fanning, Brianna Alexis Fields, Cartrell Tyreek Garnett, Caroline Maureen Gunter, Luke Gabriel Hamrick, James Dalton Heron, Colleen Elizabeth Hewitt, Javius Tyree Jones, Brianna Michelle Lopez, John Calvin McCaskill, Logan Matthew Meyer, Ryan Wade Mosley, Brandon David Pope, Neandria Zabriel Quattlebaum, Alexander Michael Robertson, Jordan Wesley Runnels, Luke Brian Scanlon, Keston Terrell Seawright, Lauren Page Shackleton, Hunter Caldwell Sheely, Caleb Joshua Smith, Ross Thomas Smith, Armani Najee Thomas, Chance Logan Watson, Janisa LaCara Shante Williams, Kayla Danielle Wolf, Raven Nicole Ziegler. Please help me in congratulating these completers. You may be seated. The South Carolina Seal of Biliteracy advances the state's commitment to preparing every learner for college and career readiness in an increasingly international community by recognizing learners who have attained levels of proficiency in English and at least one other world language required in the global workforce. South Carolina is one of 40 other states who award the Seal of Biliteracy. To earn the Seal of Biliteracy, students must meet rigorous requirements and provide evidence of achieving the required level of language proficiency in English plus one or more other language. Will the following students who have been awarded Silver Seals please stand as your name is called and remain standing until all the names have been called? Ava Guerrera Chacon, Christian Alexander Collins, Monica Elizabeth Cullen Laborde, Zara Maria Lacera. Please help me congratulate those Silver Seal students. Will the following students who have been awarded Bronze Seals please stand as your name is called and remain standing until all names have been called? Caleb Montgomery Doolittle, Frederick Dylan Jones, Nicholas Nolan Judd, Cecilia Brianna Rhodes. Please help me congratulate these Bronze Seal students. You may be seated. We now move to the presentation of diplomas. As a reminder for our guests and our students, our graduations at Aiken High School are a serious and dignified affair. We ask that you refrain from applauding or making loud noise during roll call of graduates. Each family deserves to hear their graduate's name called. Your congratulations can be best shown by applause for the entire class at the last graduate has been awarded their diploma. Please remain seated and refrain from taking pictures as graduates receive their diplomas. There will be time to celebrate when the last graduate's name is called. We have discussed our expectations with this class. We thank everyone for honoring and maintaining the dignity of the occasion by ensuring all names are heard.
Tiana Ashanti Alicia Abney. Camilla Mary Lou Alarcon. Chancellor Daryl Anderson. Christian Lindsay Anderson. Colby Alexander Anderson. Dewana Nashaya Arnold. Sarai Baez. Amelia Teresa Barrett. Andrea Nicole Battles. Morgan Elizabeth Bobman. Bryce Roberts Bennett. Simon Piers Berry. Evan D'Angelo Bibbs. Jaria Shanique Blakely. Juliana Sky Bogar. Elijah Jaquan Bonaparte. Mary Catherine Boone. Alexandros Jason Borduvalis. Robert Rushton Bowles. Emma Claire Braun. Tiana Elise Braxton. Nova Ann Brewer. Cato Johnson Brinkley. Tyler David Bryan. Mackenzie Jade Bryant. Jayla Mackenzie Bullock. Carly Hughes Burgess. Maven Rose Busby. Alexander Sterling Bush. Clifton Jacoby Bush. George Antoine Bussey. Daniel Maximino Bustos. Jaheim Butler. Zaria Ronisha Butler. Gavin William Cadden. Twyla Chantrell Cade. Janae Lamaria Callahan. John Dean Callan. Carson Gregory Campbell. Carolyn Elaine Carpenter. Thomas James Carr. Janiyah Jewel Carter. Janiyah Tierra Carter. Shelby Victoria Carver. Garrett Martin Cates. Zachary Olympulos Cheney. Coleman Miles Chappell. Adrian Markel Chavis. Jack Austin Clark. Jacob Ryan Clark. Brandon Alexander Clements. Jordan Archer Klein. Christian Alexander Collins. Gabriel Nicholas Collins. Monica Elizabeth Cologne Laborde. Addison Zane Compton. Charlie Nicole Cooper. Shiley LaShawn Copley. Sincere Kelzion Corbett. Monica Danielle Cordell. Reginald Terrence Corley Jr. Jainiria Tynese Corley. Taliante Diamia Crafton. Bryson Alexander Craig. Jackson Emery Crane. Zabriana Nicole Creech. James Brown Crenshaw III. Aaliyah Roxy Cullum. Elena Simone Cummings. Tanasia Monique Cunningham. Angel Lynn Davenport. Hunter Lee Davidson. Catherine Elizabeth Davis. Lanaya Starr Davis. William Benjamin Dean Jr. Brandy Maceda DeHaven. Coleman Marcus DeWitt. Leonard Francisco Diaz Jr. Christina Ann Dickert. Emily Elizabeth Doherty. Caleb Montgomery Doolittle. Jasmine Alicia Dowdy.
Connor William Driscoll. Anicia Monetta Dunbar. Dalton Lee Dunson. Cortland Denise Edwards. Naya Denise Edwards. Bly Breeden Eichenberg. Cassius Uvis Elam Jr. Caitlin Elaine Elmore. Carly Cheyenne Emmanuel. Bryson Alexander Epperly. Shabazz Antonio Etheridge. Donnell Janae Eubanks. And Joria Campbell Evans. Cameron Nicole Falou. Christian Giovanni Falou. Alex James Fanning. Stacy Lee Farmer II. Chris Jordan Farrow. William Avery Dixon Ferron. Brianna Alexis Fields. Tyler David Fields. Lucas William Fiscus. Alexander Flores. Dawson Owen Fulham. Racacia Bernice Fullard. Kelly Kadacia Gallman. Derek Jermel Gamble. Kirsten Michelle Gant. Cartrell Tyreek Garnett. Charles David Glennie. Cameron Demetrius Glover. Ryan Neil Goldman. Christine Marie Green. Peyton Lane Grice. Selah McGee Grooms. Eva Guerrero Chacon. Caroline Maureen Gunter. Kylie Elizabeth Hackenberg. Kiana Alexis Hadsel. Haley Brooke Hall. Madison Lee Hall. Riley Morgan Hall. Ayana Miracle Hallenquist. Anthony Tyreek Hammond. Chloe Elizabeth Hammond. Shanti Adia Hampton. Luke Gabriel Hamrick, presented by his mother, Miss Elisa Hamrick. Timothy Ian Everett Hancock, Tyriana Monique Hankinson, Ania Shanice Hardy, Marlee Rebecca Hare, Marley Rebecca, Terrence Lamont Hayward Jr., Israel Negrete Hernandez, Charles Mark Herring Jr., McKenna Claire Herman, James Dalton Heron, Victor Scott Heron, Jacob Ryan Hibbets, Victoria Elizabeth Hill, Rowan McCrae Heiner, Latricia Ashanti Hodge, Christian Jeffrey Holling, Kyron Devontae Holmes, Adam William Holzenbach, Robert Schuyler Hopper, Dylan Frank Johnson House, Cullen Edward Hovey, Kendrick Dane Howard, Jessica Diane Hudson, Colleen Elizabeth Hewitt, Ginger Lynn Hutto, Jonathan Daniel Heisch, Porter Adele Ingram, Chloe Elizabeth Jackson, Elvina Tadasha Shaquan James, Tyrone Antonio James, Jim Jarvis III, Alana Ruby Jendrzak, Brianna Michelle Jenkins, Keyshawn Montel Jimerson, Andrew Tanaris Johnson.
Brayley Ray Johnson, Diavion Shanice Johnson, Jaretha Deanna Johnson, Christian Tomas Johnson, Rashad Emmanuel Johnson, Sanavia Shades Johnson, Tisha Shawana Johnson, Travis Caden Johnson, Andrew Tyneris Johnson, Charvis Jack K. Jones, Damian Talik Jones, Frederick Dylan Jones, Javius Tyree Jones, Yakira Miasia Jones, Christopher Alexander Jordan, Jacob Allen Joyner, Nicholas Nolan Judd, Savannah Claire Kelly. Charles Timothy Key III. India Irene Key. Emily Diane Kiger. Victoria Diane Kitchens. Jasmine Jedediah Kitchens. Zara Maria Lacera. Capono Marquise Lafayette Johnson. Sarah Grace Lambert. Rachel Gray Larson. Gavin Lee Layfield. Jaden Crate Leaphart. William Thomas Lederer. Zoe Elise Ladeau. Carson Ray Lemaster. Daniel Raymond Lewis. Tashani Tanel Ling. Bailey Elizabeth Lockhart. Brianna Michelle Lopez. Abigail Brianna Lucas. Chloe Elizabeth Lynch. Sophie Rose Lyon. Audrey Grace Mahoney. Sydney Michelle Malazak. Brianna Mason. Denasia Jakaya Mathis. Mark Daniel Madison. Destiny Jacquet Mays. Lily Hainsworth McCarthy. John Calvin McCaskill. Stella Kendra Gale McGeorge. Raekwon Jermaine McMillan. Elizabeth Greer Mary. Logan Matthew Meyer. Carl Norris Millhouse. Dylan Christopher Miller. Sarah Ann Mitchum. Benjamin Kelton Mixon. Demira Patricia Ann Morrison. Sadie Suzanne Morton. Ryan Wade Mosley. Jada Blake Mosley. Rebecca Kendall Moss. Melissa Ashleen Munns. Theodore Franklin Munns. Mary Megan Munshay. Chandler Andrew Murray. Olivia Rose Nation. David Neal Jr. Madison Nicole Neely. David Vieira Negretti. Haley Michelle Nelson. Zane Michael Newmar. David Conrad Neverson Jr. Spencer Hoyt Nichols, Jocelyn Holly Norris, Joseph Reeves Norton, Alyssa Sage Odom, Christian Aaron Odom, Drayvon Keith Odom, Jasmine Alandria Orts, Chloe Hayes Pack, Darren Ryan Parker, Jeremiah Chantel Pontoon, Brandon David Pope, Trayshawn Lauren Prupis,
Darius Javon Marquise Pugh, Nyandria Zybriel Quattlebaum, Byron Alexander Kirk, Joaquim Ramirez, Devin Javarius Reddish, Cecilia Brianna Rhodes, Jonathan Langley Richards, Eliza Wade Richards, Gianna Dontany Richardson, William Russell Richardson, Alexander Michael Robertson, Alexander Jennings Robinson, Harrison Isaiah Robinson, Latoria Courtney Robinson, Zadrin Osman Shamar Robinson, Taylor Curtis Rowe, Scott Thomas Rostron, Jordan Wesley Runnels, Maddox Ann Runnels, Julian Oscar Salas, Felix Sanchez Valdez, Luke Brian Scanlon, James Michael Sheets, Keston Terrell Seawright, Lauren Page Shackleton, Chandler Dale Sharp, Hunter Caldwell Sheely, Maria Sophia Seiler, Lexi Lamont Simmons, Madeline Nicole Simmons, Natalie Janaya Simmons, LaShawn Denise Simpkins, David Carson Sittler, Nolan Daniel Skiff, Caleb Joshua Smith, Elizabeth Jerido Smith, Notoria Sherelle Smith, Ross Thomas Smith, Tamira Najee Smith, Victoria Michelle Smith, Zachary Scott Sneed, Josie Nina Spencer, Savannah Rose Spoon, Chloe Addison Stafford, Adrian Joshua Staley, Deshaun Albert Staley, Courtney Ashanti Sullivan, Shiv Vika Surti, Cameron Damon Swan, Naya Aaliyah Ashanti Swinger, Aaliyah Joy Sifo Atkinson, Spencer Bradford Terry, Armani Najee Thomas. Kawana Renee Thomas. Shamaya Deasia Thomas. John Wesley Tucker III. Ian Reagan Tucker. Lucy Marie Turtius, Jared Richard Yulee. Ellen Olivia Vaughters. Deasia Simone Walker. Jordan Maxwell Lee Walker. May Elizabeth Walker. Beyonce Cheyenne Watson. Chance Logan Watson. Kaylee Sierra Westbrook. Hannah Nicole Wieland. Nicholas Michael White. Madeline Elizabeth Widener. Tristan Allen Widener. Sophia Danielle Weimer. Jacob Anthony Wilkerson. Alexia Jemiah Williams. DeAndre Contravius Williams. Janisha Lakira Shantae Williams. Kaya Marie Williams. Shadeja Jacqueline Joanna Williams. Kalea Jean Wilson. Kayla Danielle Wolf. DeVacy Aaron Woodward. Isaac David Wright. Raven Nicole Ziegler.
The faculty has certified that these candidates have met all graduation requirements. By the power vested in me by Mr. King Lawrence, Superintendent of Schools, the Aiken County Board of Education, and by the South Carolina Department of Education, I'm entitled to confer upon these graduates their high school diploma with all rights and privileges. I now present to you the 2020 graduating class of Aiken High School. You may turn your tassels. All right, students, if we can stand for the playing of our alma mater, we will stand and play and for the playing of our alma mater. Students, you may be seated. Parents and guests, please allow for us for a recessional where we will recess by row with our students first. They will go grab their last items. We want to safely exit. Please allow our graduates to be dismissed, and then we will dismiss you by section. We thank you in advance for helping to release people in a manner that keeps safety and appropriate distance at the forefront. Thanks, and the last two words, graduating class, I will leave you with, go Hornets.